Hello out there, traditional bow hunting friends. I'm Luke Stroman, and today Rose City Archery and I would like to just talk to you about taking an old friend hunting. This is really a pretty simple segment, and today we're talking about an old Bear Archery Quiver. This is an old 4-arrow model. They made 8 arrow models of this as well, and I have quite a few old Bear Archery Quivers, and I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on vintage bear archery equipment and things like that, but I do collect quite a bit of it, and I've got quite a few old bear bows and things that I use that are as effective today in archery and bow hunting as the days they were made. And if you want to bring some of that nostalgia back to your traditional bow hunting, it's a lot of fun, and this old quiver is just a really nice pairing up with the rejuvenated, I suppose you could say, Bear Archery arrows that Rose City Archery is now producing for bear archery. Partners in tradition with Bear Archery, Rose City Archery, and this is just a really nice complement to those arrows. So what I had is I wanted to use one of these quivers, one of my favorite quivers, with one of my new bows. Well, one of my favorite bows, and a lot of people's favorite bow, is the custom Kodiak takedown from Bear Archery, this bow right here. And this design has been proven and used since 1969 when it first began production. And Fred Bear designed it, and he used this pretty much exclusively for the remainder of his hunting life. And it's been said that it was his favorite hunting bow. I love this bow. This is a brand new production custom Kodiak, and these bows come with inserts already put into the risers, you can see right here. And those are 1/4-inch inserts. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and put my old Bear Archery quiver on this bow. Now it seems pretty simple, and it really is, but I just wanted to take you through with what I did to place this quiver on this beautiful bow and protect the bow and use it. And it's just efficient, it's effective, it works really well, and I wanted to share that with you today, so that's what we're going to do. First thing I did was I needed some screws for the inserts, okay? Now, our local archery store here, pretty good, it's not an archery store, I guess our local hardware store, is a pretty good store. It didn't have the thumb screws that I wanted to place on it, but what I was able to do was pick up some brass screws to use on this, some rubber washers and some other washers, and I'm going to go ahead and show that to you now so that you can see what I did, okay? So these are the screws and the washers that I picked up to go ahead and place this archery quiver on this bow. What I have here is brass 1/4-inch by 1/2-inch screws or bolts, and these are 1/4-inch by 3/4-inch brass screws or bolts, and these are also 1/4-inch by 1/2-inch. Now these are the hex head here. And these are steel, these aren't brass. I prefer to use brass because the inserts are brass, and in order you put brass on brass, you have a less likelihood to damage your inserts, which is a concern when you're using these type of things as far as over tightening them. If you happen to strip your inserts, you've got some problems. So we want to be careful with that. Now what I'm going to use today is I'm going to use the 1/4-inch model right here, okay? I don't know if you can see it very well. And that has the common regular screwdriver end on it. Now, when I went shopping, and these are relatively cheap, they're anywhere from 33 cents to like 85 cents a piece. So I picked those up, and then I decided I wanted to go ahead and to protect the finish on my bow and not mar the finish, I wanted to get myself some rubber washers. And these are rubber washers here, and so are these. So what ultimately I decided to do was to take these rubber washers here and place those underneath of quiver, so it goes between the quiver and the bow, and then I'll cut it out so that it matches the shape of the quiver, and that's going to protect my finish on my bow. And then I'm going to use the screw, and then I'm going to go ahead and use a lock washer on top of that. So I've got my 1/4-inch by 1/2-inch screws with a regular screwdriver end on it, 1/4-inch lock washers, and rubber washers with a 1/4-inch hole, but they're oversized, okay? So I've got a beautiful bow here. Now, granted that this bow quiver here has rubber on the end that's going to be contacting the bow, I like to go ahead and protect my bow a little bit more than that. So what these washers are going to be for, and these are rubber, as you can see they're nice and flexible, okay? I'm going to put those between the bow quiver contact points and the finish of the bow, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put my lock washers on my screws. Line my quiver up a little bit and simply put the screws in there, tighten them up. Get that a little snug. This one's lining up really nice. Now they sometimes are going a little tough. It's not going into the insert tough, it's just this bow quiver with its rubber in there makes it for a nice snug little fit. So what I'm going to do to start that one, use my screwdriver. I can press down a little bit on it and then it goes in real nice. I'm just going to snug these down first and then we're going to be taking it off and I'll show you why here shortly. What happens is you can do it just like this if you'd like. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to work fine. When you tighten those down though, this rubber is going to pop up just a little bit. And also, I don't really like to see that rubber washers on there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to outline this bow quiver contact point. Got a good outline there too. And what that's going to allow me to do is take these back off, loosen these up. Actually, I have to take them off all the way to get those off. Loosen these up, take them out. There you can see the outline on the pen on the rubber washer. So what I'm going to do is just take a pair of scissors. Just going to cut right along that outline. I'm not going to follow that little indentation here. I'm going to go straight across. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. Then I'm just going to go straight across. Take my time on this because I don't want to have to go back and get another set of washers. There's that. I do this a lot with pretty much a lot of bow quivers and things I stick on my older bows. I mean, this is a new bow, but I have some really nice 1957 Kodiaks that I like to use quivers on, and to protect the finish I'll use rubber washers. I've even been known to use a band-aid or two. Okay, so there's that. I've kind of made sure I kept them separate because the quiver mounts a little different on both of them. Place the quiver. Reinsert your screws. Here, pull that out so I can see. Hopefully you find this helpful. Okay, so that went in pretty easy. I've got here, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that rubber's straight with the, might have to let off a little bit, give it a little bit of a room, and then just straighten that rubber out, that rubber washer. Okay. Careful not to scratch your bow. Okay, I'm just going to snug it up for now and then check my handiwork there. Make sure everything's lined up. Okay, it seems to be lined up a little bit. And of course, the purpose of using the brass washers, or brass screws, is so you don't strip out your inserts if you can help it. Now, I'm going to snug that down pretty decent. I'm not going to over tighten it because I don't want to strip my inserts. There we go. Okay, now that I had the quiver solidly mounted to the bow, I went ahead and finished my vintage nostalgia look that I just love. And I threw in my brand new Rose City Archery Bear arrows, and these are the polars, reminiscent of Fred Bear's polar bear hunt way back in the day. So function real well. It's gonna work. Now remember, this is just a way to do it. It doesn't mean it's the right way, the wrong way, or in between. It's just how I did it. If you do it and tweak it, good for you, and go ahead and get out there and try it out. I may have to put some thread lock on the threads to maybe keep them from backing out, but I'm thinking that lock washer will take care of it. If you don't like the brightness of the brass, fingernail polish works real well for dulling that finish a little bit of any color that you choose. So for more information and for all your traditional bow hunting supplies, from bows to quivers to arrows, go ahead and check out rosecityarchery.com. If you're on Twitter, check out @RoseCityArchery. And go ahead and check out @Luke Stroman as well. Both @Luke Stroman and @Rose City Archery. We've got some great traditional archery tweaks, photos, and just a lot more. It's a lot of fun. We have fun doing it. We're happy to hear your comments and anything that you might have to add. And get out there and shoot and have a lot of fun while you're doing it. Thanks for watching.